Hey you guys, welcome back to Retail Remedy. My name is Giselle and I am back with a different kind of video, as you can tell by the title. As I said, I'm trying to add some more videos in our rotation. So y'all make sure y'all let me know what y'all think about this one as being kind of a regular video that we do, which is my top sales. They're not really based on price or anything like that. Some of them are just surprising sales to me, and some of them are some of the things that in my hauls I was saying I want to come back and tell you guys about, and I want to be able to have a segment where I can actually do that other than like just going through stuff in the haul and saying, hey, last time I told y'all about that, blah 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 blah. I'm trying to get a little bit more organized here. And speaking of organization, as you can tell, there's something a little bit different about this video, and that is that I am actually using my other camera that I told you guys about. I have a lot of reasons as to why I wasn't using this camera before. It's kind of an intimidating camera, to be completely honest. So I didn't really know like exactly how to work this camera. I had a little bit of a technical difficulty with my computer, which may have just been the universe giving me a swift kick in the butt to try this camera again. So y'all bear with me if the lighting is weird or anything is strange. It's because I'm trying to get to know this camera with all the buttons and doohickeys and whatnot. Basically, back in the day, I bought this Canon T5i, which, yes, it's a great camera, I know, but I'm not a professional. So it takes some getting used to, and it takes some things, like you have to know some things. With my Mac computer, while it does take great video, I couldn't get it to actually render in 1040. So that's why you all had kind of grainy videos. So I'm sure y'all appreciate the kind of new, clear, this is what I actually look like style camera or style video. And I am appreciating it too. I'm going to, you know, take my time with it and whatnot. Anywho, I want to go ahead and get started and not keep you guys waiting for too long. I've written down everything here, and yeah, let's talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to start with eBay. So it's not in any particular order, okay, y'all? So, all right. So what I have here first is UGG navy blue classic boots. So if y'all remember in my haul video, I said I'm not sure what these do anymore. They used to be kind of a Bolo brand back in the day when I first started selling. Well, these sold for $39, and they're actually a Ben's find. So I'm super happy about that. That was a super good like sale for kind of an older style of UGG. My second one I have here is Cody James. I showed you all a Southwestern jacket by Cody James. I'll be putting the pictures, so I'm sure y'all can see it. It was actually like a coated denim jacket rather than leather, but it kind of looked like leather. Definitely very heavy duty and great for the winter. It sold for $39, which was my full asking price, and that was also a Ben's find. All right, third for eBay, I had this Jaden gold embroidered beaded formal dress, and this was actually a Ben's find, and I actually found two of them. This one that sold was the second one. This one sold for $129. Jaden is not like a brand that was super popular. I had to do a lot of research, and I think at the end of it, I ended up guesstimating the price based on other dresses like it. So yeah, I just looked up, and there was actually like one more in the bin, one more dress, but a lady saw me gathering all of the tulle and stuff like that, so she like hurried up and grabbed one of the dresses, so I was only able to get 2 out of the 3. Y'all know how the bins is, it's real messy. Fourth for eBay was a Norma Kamali velvet strapless dress, and I'm gonna say it finally sold because it did feel like it took a long time for this one to sell. When I first got it, I did comp searching, and it seemed like things were selling kind of like in that time, like you know how you can see on Poshmark the date that it was updated or whatever. It seemed like, you know, this was a hot item, but it actually took like maybe a few months for this one to sell. It sold for $65, although I saw a lot sold at like $75 and a little more. So I'm happy that I got the 65. You know, I'm not trying to complain, but I'm just saying that I was surprised by how long that it took. And that one was actually a consignment trade. I got that one from Uptown Cheapskate. Fifth and last for eBay, I sold a new with tags Hyperbad's Finest. And I called it here multicultural wear, but it was really like a native to India male suit jacket and pants. And I showed you all this, and I told y'all this is something I never ever pick up. I'm always afraid, you know, that I just don't know what they do. I think they're beautiful clothing, you know, but I was just kind of like unsure. But since it was new with tags, I went ahead and grabbed it. I think the jacket was new, but the pants were used. Anywho, I had sold it for $75. Again, I believe I told you already this was a bins find, if I haven't said that. Oh, what I wanted to say about it was it did say how much it was on the tag, but of course it was in a different type of currency. And I believe the normal price for it was like $165 to like $200. It was pretty expensive. So I had it marked at like 125 or 130 for a little while. This was an offer, so I was happy to go ahead and take 75. Plus I was having a good sales day, so I was like, I'm going to throw that profit on top of my profit. Okay, y'all. All right, so moving on to Poshmark, I sold this Free People new with tags twist blouse. It was kind of a risky price point that I put it at because the top was kind of basic, and the main part of it was the back of the blouse, which had like a really nice little twist to it. And y'all know how Free People is with the sizing. It was kind of oversized, and I actually sold it for $33, which was a great sale for Free People. Free People has been moving very slow for me, and also it's been kind of scary to price it a little bit higher just because I just don't want it to sit for forever. So the next item for Poshmark was this new without tags Pottery Barn robe that I actually told y'all about in another haul. It was this really plush luxury bathrobe that was super soft. It had faux fur trim. It was beautiful, and I saw that it had sold for like $100, you know, $85 and these types of things. Mine was not doing good at $85, so I took it down, and finally I got an offer for $49, and I went ahead and took it. And this was also a bins find, but it was heavy, y'all. So I did pay a little bit more, you know. It was a few pounds, like maybe 3 pounds or close to it, okay? The next thing that sold was a Cabby beige houndstooth rain jacket. And this one I actually bought at full price. You know, I actually can't remember the name of the thrift store, but it was one of those kind of hole in the wall thrift stores where I literally was in there for 2 hours and had like 2 things in my cart. So it was really one of those things you had to like look through everything, and you might find like one needle in a haystack. But I went ahead and picked this up, kind of a risky thing. It sold for $35, and I think I paid like $5.99 total, okay? All right, so the next item for Poshmark was, and this one is a good one, a really good one. This was the vintage Christian Dior trench coat that I showed you all that I got at the bins when I went like totally like last minute, and I couldn't even believe it. I had it marked at $199. I was sending out offers. I think like, I don't know how much I was sending out, but I wasn't really getting any responses, but I was getting a few likes, which I was happy about, because sometimes when I price things a little higher, I kind of look for the likes to tell me I'm in the ballpark to a degree. So I did that, and basically I got an offer just on a random day for $159, and or maybe that was it might have been an offer that I sent out. I can't even remember by it right now, but it was either my offer or their offer. But I ended up selling it for $159, and as you all know, it was a bins find, and it was quite heavy, but that doesn't matter, obviously, when you sell things for $150. Our next item was super exciting because it's been a few months that I've had this item, but also the person that bought this item basically said that his dad was a veteran around this time in the 1950s, because this was a vintage 1950s U.S. Army Korean War jacket, which was, I mean, beautiful. The patches were great on it. Like everything was pretty much intact, and I got to it before the vintage tea bros at the bins. And like I said, I held on to it for a few months, and finally I got an offer, or I believe it was an offer for $92, which I took happily because I think I had it priced a little bit over $100 for a while. And it had a lot of likes on different platforms and stuff, just nobody quite taking it. So I was really excited to go ahead and get that to a new home, and a very like caring, loving, I'm sure it'll be used for years and years to come. This next item kind of grinded my gears, okay? Let me tell you why. All right, so this next item was a vintage 60s Valentino yellow button-down dress, which was beautiful. I mean, it was beautiful. The structure of it was great, but it had some staining. I had it dry cleaned. They did their best to remove stains. I think I might have attempted to remove stains first, and then they did their best. It was a little discolored. And one day I had gotten a offer for $60, and I had it marked for like $100. So I think I sent an offer back, and then I kind of lost the buyer, which like I regretted after for so many weeks, because basically I kept trying to send that same offer out, $60, $60, and I wasn't getting any buyers. And finally, after a few months, it sold for $45. It was a Ben's find, so I'm still happy about that profit. But like, don't y'all hate it when that happens? Now, I do have a story for something later where, of course, the reverse happens. But when that happens, it's just so heart-wrenching, and you're just like, I wish I could take it back, you know. But I'm glad that, you know, the person that got it, and I'm sure they're happy with it. This next thing was something that I have never, ever sold before. Although I've sold plenty of swimsuits in my reselling career, this Arena Power Skin suit was for, like, I want to say professional swimmers, but, you know, more like athletic swimmers, people who are on a swim team, etc. I picked it up at the Goodwill thrift store for about $5 or $6, literally. So they had just put it out, and I did a Google Lens on it, and y'all, these swimsuits are, some of them were like well over $200, okay? I was able to sell this used one for $100, which I believe I sent out the offer because I had it marked at like $125, and it sold in less than a week, okay? So if y'all ever see the Arena Power Skin suit, pick that up, okay, y'all? The next thing is our favorite brand, the Brooks Brothers Loro Piana Blazer in navy and gold. And keep in mind that Loro Piana, because those sell for a good price. Mine sold for $50, and y'all know that was a Ben's find. My next sale was a Wilson's leather jacket, which was kind of like a basic jacket, but we love a Wilson's jacket sale, okay? Especially when we can get over 30 instead of, you know, right at 30, 29. You know, sometimes that happens, and I'm fine with that too, but you know, we celebrate when it's over 30. And this one sold for $35, and it was a women's jacket, and it was in great condition. My next item was also a Ben's find, but it was a new without box pair of Vince calf height boots. And these boots had so many likers, so many people. This is the thing that kind of gagged me about this whole situation. On Amazon, these boots are $160 or so, like $159. And I had them priced at like $85, which is right about half, almost half. And nobody was moving. I kept sending out 75, 75. And finally, somebody sent me an offer for $65, and I went ahead and took it because I'm like, okay, obviously nobody was answering me with the 75. You can have it for $65. I don't understand the Vince stuff. It can sell for good prices, but I don't know. It was new without box, so I was just kind of like, why? And this is a current style, you know. I don't know. Be careful with Vince out there. It's kind of finicky, basically. So this next item, I was excited to go ahead and sell as well, because This one I paid up for, I believe, at a Goodwill thrift store. I may have paid about $20 for this one, and it was a new with tags beholden bridesmaid's dress. It was like strappy, it was forest green, beautiful, great for the season and everything. And I was holding off on sending offers on it because I only had it priced at like $135, which was kind of like the normal price that I seen out there. But I knew the moment that I sent an offer that it was going to sell, no matter what. I knew it. So I finally buckled down and I sent an offer for $105, and somebody went ahead and grabbed it. Again, we're still doing Poshmark, so that's where it sold, but I was still happy to take that $105, especially since I did pay a little more for it. The next item was an ASOS laced layered dress in navy blue, which I believe I showed you all. It was also a Ben's find, and I sold it for $40. Now this one I put on the list because it just surprised me. Like, ASOS has not been doing the greatest for me, but every once in a while she can do okay. So I'm going to be selective because also I love ASOS clothes. So I'm like, it's kind of hard because things are so cute. But I'm just gonna, you know, kind of be selective. I know the dresses can do very well, especially if they're formal. So this one was a good sale. I think I had it marked at like 65. So the next thing was, this one is a good one too. And it was something I showed you all not too long ago. And it was the vintage Victoria's Secret silk, 100% silk slip dress. And it sold for $72. So y'all, this one was a great sale for two reasons. First of all, well, three reasons. First of all, we love Victoria's Secret vintage all silk. That is a bolo. The other reason I was so glad that it sold was because I had received an offer for $50 that same day. Like earlier in the day, I had received the offer on eBay, $50. I sent them an offer back for $65, and they ignored the offer. And so I was like, oh, I hope that, you know, somebody else sees it and they take it, because I believe I had it marked at 85. And the only reason I had it marked at 85 is because another person had the same dress on Etsy for $85. So yeah, so later on that day I got an offer on Poshmark for the 72, which is great. And I accepted it so quick, y'all, because it is, sometimes I'm surprised that I get such a great offer, you know, based on the difference between the price that I had it. But I'm very grateful for it, and I was happy to go ahead and send that. I think I just got a 5-star rating for that one. This next one, and I forgot my third reason. What was my third reason? Oh, third reason is obviously because I'm used to the other story that I told y'all before, where somebody will send me an offer and then I'll try to, you know, just barter a little bit and they'll just disappear, and that sucks. So yeah, the next item was a Gurkha shoulder bag, number 40. I believe it's called the Escort. And this one was cool because it was a completely new brand to me. I could just tell it was some like Italian designed purse. It had like leather trim, it was canvas, it was like a mini bag, and it just looked like a designer purse. And I actually picked this one up from the bins, and I had no idea, but a lot of the purses had sold for like, I want to say over 100, but I think it had been a while since it had hit its hot point. So for a while it was on my Poshmark marked at about $60. Somebody sent me an offer for 45, and I went ahead and took it. For a little mini bag, why not? And one last one that I want to tell you all about was one that I had a lot of responses on. Actually, somebody who watches my videos was asking me about this belt. I'm not sure if she was the one that bought it, but the CD belt that I had, that was like the Christian Dior knockoff belt, it sold on Mercari for $23, which was an offer, and I went ahead and took it because it wasn't the real deal, and I thought that was great. And of course Mercari takes the least amount as far as fees. All right, so I have a few honorable mentions. Okay, these did not exactly sell in October. They sold right at the end of September, and they got delivered in October. So I started to write them down, and then later on I was like, you know, I do want to tell you all about these for different reasons. Okay, so these were all eBay sales. So first We had New Tag Rag and Bones jeans, which were in navy sateen denim leggings that sold for $52. And I had got this from the consignment as a trade. So I was super excited for that because as y'all know, it got added to the no-low list this year via Jack and Ryan. I know it's not like black and white that, you know, obviously some things will always, you know, do better than we maybe even think, even after we've decided to no-low them. But this one I was very excited about because I didn't know what it was going to do. They were skinny jeans, they were no-low, like it had a lot of things against it. So I was happy to go ahead and get it sold for $52. Again, they were new with tags, so obviously I'm not going to leave new with tags rag and bone behind. But just be cautious out there because that could have been a paid up situation. The next one was the Hobo International Clutch Wallet. I just wanted to tell y'all about this one because y'all know I've been kind of raving about it since I had found all of those little hobo clutches. And this one, I believe, is the only one that has sold so far, but it sold for $35. So y'all understand why I was ranting and raving about it. They may not sell quick, but when they do, you know, pretty good for something that's small and doesn't weigh a whole lot, okay? All right, next was the Harlow Jade jumpsuit that I showed you all with the super wide flare. Y'all, I was surprised when I saw that these jumpsuits were like worth well over $50. I don't remember exact numbers right now because it's been so long, but like I remember telling y'all I might put this on the $10 shop, and that happens sometimes. I'll be sitting there thinking like this is going to be a $10 item, and I freaking lens it after I take the pictures, and I find out like, no girl, we better not, okay? This one sold for $39, so it wasn't exactly that BOLO price. But that just reminds me that sometimes you just have a good eye. You have to just trust yourself and, you know, pick up that cute item or whatever, even if you're in a rush at the bin. Not that I don't look through things get thoroughly checked, but when y'all see them, it's like right after I came from the bins. All right, next was the Free People white boho button down dress. This was actually from my Tales from the Thrift video that I put up that was like learn from my mistakes. This I bought from Nordstrom Rack. I don't remember the price right now, but it's been in my closet for almost a year because I bought it Black Friday last year. And if y'all watched that video, y'all know what happened, okay? So there's no need to relive it. It finally sold for $30, y'all. This was crazy to me because it was new with tags. Well, it didn't have the price tags on there, but it did still have the button tag, like you know how the button is hanging off there. So I put it up there as new. I could not get it sold for $45 to save my life. And again, Free People, new with tags. You just never know with Free People, y'all. So I was just happy to get my money back and maybe a couple dollars on top, okay? And lastly, I wanted to tell y'all about this one just in case y'all see it out there. Spanx, okay? These Spanx twill cropped wide leg pants. Now y'all, I had a size extra small, so I wasn't able to really like flourish the way that I wanted to with these pants. But if you see them, definitely get them. I would even pay maybe 15 bucks for them if I saw them again at the Goodwill stores, okay y'all? I believe I bought it from the thrift. I may have bought it from a Goodwill thrift store. I can't remember that far back right now, but I sold it for $38. Normally, if you have a better size than I had, it sells for $8. Hey y'all, okay, so what had happened was my camera ran out of memory because yeah, I have to get everything set up to do these videos with the link that they are at. So I already got that taken care of. That's on the way. What I was going to say is that those Spanx pants can sell for $85. So definitely pick them up if you see them out there, okay? But anywho, this is editing me. I'm literally getting done with this video, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please tell me what y'all thought down in the comments below. If y'all think we should go ahead and add it to the lineup, I'm kind of game for it. Like after editing it, it's been a journey, but I feel like it might be something good for us. Again, this was not all the sales that I had this month. Took out all the small stuff and I kept, you know, I feel like the more important sales. So I hope that you got something from it. And yeah, I will be continuing this every month. And yeah, I hope y'all's November is off to a good start. I'm going to go and eat my food, and I will see y'all next week.